The Australian Army is the principal land warfare force of Australia. It is a part of the Australian Defence Force, along with the Royal Australian Navy and the Royal Australian Air Force. In this video, we will explore all the ranks of the Australian Army in descending order of seniority. The highest ranks in descending order of seniority are held by commissioned officers. Australian Army officers receive a commission that is personally signed by the Minister for Defence and the Governor-General, acting on behalf of the Monarch of Australia. The highest active rank of the Australian Army is the rank of General. The rank of General is referred to as a 4-star rank. This rank is only held when an Army officer is appointed as the Chief of the Defence Force. Holders of this rank wear an insignia with a crown and pip above a crossed sword and baton. Below the rank of General is the rank of Lieutenant General. This rank is usually held by the Chief of the Army, the Vice Chief of the Defence Force, the Chief of Joint Operations, or the Chief of Capability Development. The rank of Lieutenant General is referred to as a 3-star rank. The insignia for the rank of Lieutenant General features a crown above a crossed sword and baton. Following descending order of seniority, the next rank is Major General. This rank is referred to as a 2-star rank. Major Generals usually command formations of division size or equivalent and hold senior executive appointments within the Department of Defence. Holders of this rank wear an insignia featuring a pip above a crossed sword and baton. Below Major General is the rank of Brigadier. Brigadiers command at the brigade level and are also Directors General within Army headquarters and non-Army groups. They are often responsible for branches within the headquarters, such as personnel, operations, and career management. The rank of Brigadier is referred to as a 1-star rank. Australian Army Brigadiers wear an insignia featuring a crown and 3 pips. Colonel. Holders of this rank may hold positions of command of schools, training centres, or other groups of units, as a commandant. Other key appointments for colonels are as senior staff officers on a headquarters, such as Chief of Staff. Colonels may also be given specialised roles within a capability, such as oversight of a project or development. The insignia for the rank of Colonel is a crown and 2 pips. Lieutenant Colonel. Lieutenant Colonels typically command units of up to 650 soldiers, containing 3 to 5 subunits. They are responsible for the overall operational effectiveness of their unit in terms of military capability, welfare, and general discipline. Lieutenant Colonels also hold appointments as staff officers on headquarters at the brigade level and higher. They wear an insignia featuring a crown above a pip. Below Lieutenant Colonel is the rank of Major. Promotion to Major generally occurs after 8 to 10 years of service. Majors are field rank officers who command a subunit, a company, squadron or battery of up to 120 officers and soldiers. They are usually responsible for training, welfare and administration, as well as the management of equipment. Majors may also be employed across all levels of headquarters in staff roles. Australian Army Majors wear an insignia featuring a crown. Captain. Captains are normally second in command of a subunit of up to 120 soldiers. They are key players in the planning and decision-making process within tactical level units, with responsibility for operations on the ground, as well as equipment maintenance, logistical support, and manpower. A captain wears an insignia featuring 3 pips. Following descending order of seniority, the next rank is Lieutenant. Officer recruits obtain the rank of Lieutenant after graduating from the Royal Military College Duntroon. This rank is typically held for about 3 years. A lieutenant usually commands a platoon or troop of around 30 soldiers. With experience, they may also command more specialized platoons or troops, such as a mortar platoon or a reconnaissance troop. A lieutenant wears an insignia featuring 2 pips. Next in descending order of seniority are the other ranks of the Australian Army. The other ranks consist of warrant officers, non-commissioned officers and soldiers. Warrant Officer Class 1 is the highest of the other ranks in the Australian Army. Holders of this rank usually serve as the senior advisor of their unit's commanding officer, with leadership, discipline and welfare responsibilities. The most senior Warrant Officer Class 1 in the Australian Army is appointed as the Regimental Sergeant Major of the Army. The insignia for the rank of Warrant Officer Class 1 features the Australian coat of arms, while the Regimental Sergeant Major of the Army wears an insignia featuring the Australian coat of arms, surrounded by a wreath. Below Warrant Officer Class 1 is Warrant Officer Class 2. This is a senior management role, focusing on the training, welfare and discipline of a company, squadron or battery of up to 200 soldiers. A Warrant Officer Class 2 acts as a senior advisor to the commander of a subunit and may also fulfill duties that were once held by staff sergeants. Holders of this rank wear an insignia featuring a crown. Sergeant. Sergeant is a senior role of responsibility. Sergeants typically are second in command of a troop or platoon of up to 40 soldiers, with the important responsibility of advising and assisting junior officers. Sergeants wear an insignia with 3 chevrons. Below sergeant is the rank of corporal. In the Royal Regiment of Australian Artillery, bombardier is used instead of corporal. Corporals are usually in command of a section, crew, team or detachment. They are also employed in logistics and technical trades across most corps of the Army. Holders of this rank wear an insignia with 2 chevrons. Lance Corporal. Promotion to Lance Corporal may follow after initial employment training or after about 3 years as a private. In the Royal Regiment of Australian Artillery, Lance Bombardier is used instead of Lance Corporal. Lance Corporals are required to supervise a small team of up to 4 soldiers. They also have opportunities to specialize and undertake specialist military training. Lance Corporals wear an insignia with 1 chevron. Below Lance Corporal is the rank of Private. On completion of basic training, all new soldiers start as privates. Depending on their corps or regiment, the title may be gunner, trooper, craftsman, signalman, patrolman, sapper, or musician. Soldiers in the rank of private do not wear a rank insignia. That's all for the ranks of the Australian Army. Did you know that the youngest Australian to enlist in World War I was 14-year-old Private James Charles Martin? He had convinced recruiting that he was 18 years of age, when in fact at enlistment, he was only 14 years and 3 months. If you didn't know this, you learnt it on Military Stuff. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out our other videos.